Hi and welcome. I'm Jennifer Bonoff, founder of BuildYourDigitalBrand.com. Doug and I are excited to share our interview series on personal branding. Hear from a diverse group of experts on the purpose and benefits of establishing your brand. Learn how to stand out and be memorable.
Hi, and welcome to the Build Your Digital Brand interview series. Today we're joined by Mary Czarnecki. Mary is an online marketing and branding strategist with more than 15 years experience in marketing, brand strategy, and business development with such companies as WebMD and Johnson Johnson. Today, Mary works with entrepreneurs and small business owners, helping them to grow their business and connection to their online audience. She's currently developing a series of online training courses, providing on-demand education and skill development for small business owners and entrepreneurs on topics ranging from social media strategy to marketing fundamentals. Prior to her work as a small business consultant, Mary was Director of Strategic Account Development with WebMD, where she delivered innovative online marketing campaigns for some of WebMD's largest clients, including Clorox, Target, and Walmart. Okay, well, welcome, Mary. Glad to have you today.
Oh, happy to be here.
Okay, well, let's get right to it. As a branding strategist, you work with small business owners, online business owners, and entrepreneurs to help them establish their personal brands. What role does an individual's personal brand play in the success of their business?
Well, I think it's one of those things where branding really comes down to the emotional connection that you can make with your audience, right? I mean, no matter whether you're selling a service or a product, a personal brand really is the fundamental element that's going to make that connection with your audience. So whether you're selling yourself and looking for a new job, or whether you're trying to build your business by selling your product or service, your personal brand is, like the famous quote says, what your audience is going to remember about you once you leave the room. And so I think a personal brand is really essential because it's that emotional connection, it's that perception, it's that relationship that you're building with your audience that's going to help move you along that journey of know, like, and trust so that they can move from being kind of initial contact to an actual customer and client.
Okay, very good. Now, if a client of yours had little or no visible personal branding, what 3 things would you tell them to do first to start the process of establishing their own digital brand?
Well, I think the thing, first of all, that's most fundamental that I think it's tempting to kind of skip over is to get clarity for yourself. So a lot of people, I think, have the tendency to try to be everything to everyone or try to spread themselves too broadly. And so what I usually focus on first and foremost is making sure you have clarity around what specific target audience you're trying to reach, so that you could almost have that conversation like you're talking to the audience you want to reach, like they're across the table from you. So getting that clarity about who you're specifically talking to is probably the most fundamental first step. The second step, I'd probably say in terms of establishing your personal brand in a digital space, so online, is to think about, okay, well, now that you are very clear on that person, what are their top challenges? So people are always moving away from pain or towards pleasure, right? So if you can think about that personal brand as a way to offer solutions to either pains that they're having or a solution for a desire that they have or goals that they want to achieve, you can match up what you're going to offer to them, and it's an easy way to create content. And so the second piece really is focused on taking what you did in step 1 around the clarity about who you're going to be serving and thinking more deeply about what is it they're struggling with, what do they want to know, what challenges might they need to overcome or education might they need to have before they would decide to work with you, and create content around that online. Depends on what platforms you want to use, whether it's social or blog, doesn't really matter so long as your audience is there. And then third, I'd say that the key kind of wrap up to it is you might be talking to the right people and you might be saying the right things, but unless you have a way to then continue the relationship and continue to engage them, the relationship will kind of stagnate or they'll disappear. So being able to kind of put something out there, whether it's a contact form or a lead magnet or some piece of value that you can exchange for their contact information so you can continue the relationship and continue the conversation, I think is the kind of culmination of the 3-step process.
Very good. I haven't heard that from anybody yet, so that's a lot of good information and unique.
Sure.
Thanks. All right, so there are many digital assets a person might use in creating their own digital brand, including social media accounts, a personal website, and a blog. Each can have a positive or negative impact on someone's brand or reputation depending on how they're used. What are your thoughts regarding online reputation management, and is it something you discuss with your clients in relation to their personal branding?
It is. I think especially for personal brands, a lot of people get concerned about reputation because it's like you not only have your business on the line, but you almost have your own personal reputation on the line as the personal brand or the face of your business. And so I think what you said is very important, that you need to have consistency across whatever you're putting out on social and then whatever you're putting out on your website and whatever services obviously you're offering. So I think the reputation management comes not only with creating kind of functional consistency, so the look, the feel, the imagery you're using, all of those kind of aesthetic aspects of being consistent in managing your brand perception online. But I think it also even ties as far to your customer service. So when you do speak with clients or when you are onboarding a new client or customer or bringing someone into your business or working with someone that's approached you through any of your online avenues, does it really also tie into the way that you want your brand to perceive? So I think that people forget about kind of the fact that relationship and reputation management doesn't end when someone finishes reading your content on your blog or pops off your Facebook page, that it really has to continue all the way through the process. So I do talk to my clients a lot about managing their reputation both through the content and perceptions they're putting out there, making sure that whatever content they're posting is in line with the perception they want to engender, but then also remembering that it doesn't stop online, that it has to continue throughout the relationship.
Very good. Do you think it's beneficial for individuals to create and publish content that's related to their industry or areas of expertise in order to increase their online visibility and establish their authority?
I do. I think that a huge advantage, obviously, that digital marketing and online presence gives small business owners, personal brands, or even medium to large size businesses the opportunity is to get their information out there in a way that sets them up as an expert in their industry, market, or niche. So back in the day, if you wanted to have a radio show, you had to apply to a radio station. If you wanted a TV show, you had to apply, and find an agent to get a TV station. I think the exciting thing about digital media in this day and age is that if you want a radio show, you can create one. You can create your own podcast. If you want a television channel, you can create your own YouTube channel, Periscope show, or do regular Facebook Lives. I think the exciting thing is that it's a lot easier in a way to set yourself up as an expert into your niche. However, I think then the responsibility becomes larger because I think that engenders a lot of noise in your space. So it's up to you to really make sure that you are showing and demonstrating leadership out there by creating content that's really of value to your audience and getting them quick wins, even if it's free content, getting them quick wins, getting them through that path from pain to pleasure or failure to success or from starting point A to ending point Z is going to not only help your business but also foster a greater relationship and set you up for that perception of expert in your area.
Excellent. Is developing a personal brand a one-time project, or is it an ongoing work in progress that requires constant attention and updating?
I think a lot of people wish it were a one-time process, but I think like anything, your brand, your personal brand, your business brand is something that evolves. It's kind of a living, breathing thing because the market is evolving. You're evolving. Maybe your service offerings are evolving. And so I think it's okay to think about it as something that is going to change and evolve over time. Obviously, that's a hard thing to think about when you're getting started or when you're putting an investment into creating a new brand. But I think that so long as you do the homework to kind of make sure that, yes, what I'm putting out there now is in alignment with what I'm offering, who I'm talking to, and the value that I'm putting into the market, that you can rest easy and kind of almost the fact that, yes, it will change in the future, but that it doesn't become so scary. I think we change as people, and so I think it would be almost uncomfortable if our personal brand didn't change and evolve in a similar way.
Well, that's great. This has really been very enlightening, a lot of good information, and I really appreciate you participating.
Absolutely. I'm happy to have participated and happy to be part of it.
Okay, great. Thanks.